Hamdullah, sayeed.
Respected Deputy Speaker, sir. Today I rise to speak on the finance bill and support the finance bill. At the outset, I would like to congratulate our Honorable Finance Minister, Shri Pranab Mukherjee, and also the UPA government for giving an Aam Aadmi budget and a finance bill 2 of 2009. Sir, I come from Lakshadweep constituency, which is lying scattered in the Arabian Sea, and my father has been representing, late PM Sayeed, my father has been representing this parliamentary constituency for 10 times in a row in the Lok Sabha. Since this is my maiden speech, I wanted to give my introduction. Sir, when we talk about finance bill is nothing but a piece of legislation which deals with the ways in which the government of India generates revenue for itself by way of taxation. We have direct taxes, we have indirect taxes. Direct taxes include income tax, indirect taxes include customs, excise, etc. I would like to focus on the highlights and I would like to highlight on the finance bill proposals. When we talk about the income tax exemption, there are 3 categories: the individual category, the ladies category, and the senior citizens category. In the individual category, the income tax exemption has been hiked from 1,50,000 to 1,60,000. That means there is a marginal hike of 10,000 rupees. And in the ladies category again, there is a hike of 10,000 rupees, that is 1,80,000 rupees to 1,90,000 it has been hiked. Again a marginal relief to the individual income tax payers and the ladies. When we talk about the senior citizens, previously the senior citizens had an exemption of 2,25,000 rupees. There is a hike of 15,000 rupees and the exemption limit for the senior citizens in the country has been raised to 2,40,000 rupees. It is a marginal relief for all the income tax payers in all the 3 categories. When we talk about the surcharge, there has been previously 10% surcharge was taxed on every individual income tax payer, but in this finance bill, the 10% surcharge has been abolished, which is a great relief to all the income tax payers in all the categories. Again, when we talk about the wealth tax, the ceiling limit for paying the wealth tax was 15 lakh rupees. Now, the ceiling limit has been raised to 30 lakh rupees. Now, the wealth tax has to be paid only when you own a wealth of 30 lakh rupees and above. When we talk about gift tax, which is defined under section 56, it talks about the gift which crosses an amount of 50,000 rupees by way of cash or by way of kind. If you give gift, the recipient of the gift has to pay the tax to the government of India if the value of the gift in cash or in kind exceeds 50,000 rupees. But if it is below 50,000 rupees, you are again exempted. And there is an exception to this section. The exception is that if the gift has been received by the recipient in marriage or by virtue of will or by virtue of inheritance, that is exempted. Respected Deputy Speaker, sir, when we talk about section 80, which has the provisions and clauses of deductions, in section 80E, it talks about the interest on loan for higher education. Previously, section 80 confined the interest on loan for higher education, which were only professional courses, courses of medical sciences, courses of engineering, but that section 80E has been widened, and now that section 80E has been widened to benefit the weaker sections of the society and students, and now all the vocational courses are exempted from interest. This is the speciality of this finance bill 2 of 2009, keeping in view the student section who are weaker in the society. And when you talk about section 80D, again it talks about medical expenses and the physically handicapped dependents. Previously it was 75,000 for severe disability. Now the ceiling limit has been raised from 75,000 rupees to 1 lakh rupees, which is a major relief, and it is a great gesture for the physically handicapped dependents. But for the normal disability, the limit of exemption has not been changed. It is still 50,000 rupees. When we talk about the pension scheme, when we talk about the senior citizens and older people, the new pension scheme has been introduced under this finance bill, which talks about giving pension to the self-employed persons. Previously, the pension was given only to the employed persons, and now this section has been widened to give more benefits to the older generation, to the older citizens. So in that way, it has taken into account, this finance bill has taken into account the student section of the society, the older generation of the society, and all the ladies, the senior citizens, and even the normal, the individual taxpayers. So the new pension scheme will now benefit the older generation also. When we talk about the National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, there is a 144% increment of the NREGA. 39,000 record has been allocated only for this scheme, and it will give employment to the unemployed youth of the country. Because if you see the population, if you see the composition of the population of the country today, most of the composition is having the youth. So I think this NREGA will, the benefit will maximize, and it will go maximum to the youth. Then when we talk about the physical deficit, it is at 6.8% of the GDP. Then there is also 25 crores have been earmarked for the Aligarh Muslim University to set up campuses at Murshidabad and also Malappuram districts, which is again a great relief for the minorities. Taking into account the minorities also, this has been earmarked for the AMUs, for the AMU campuses. Now when we talk about the simplifying of taxation process, Form Saral 2 has been introduced, which will help the common citizen, the person who is not, who does not know to the complicated and the intricate process of taxation. For him, the UPA government and the finance ministry has introduced the Saral Form 2, again to simplify the taxation process. When we talk about the unique identity card, which will be rolled in about 12 to 18 months, this is again a great relief for our country, because security is a major concern today for all of us, and keeping security in view, keeping that in view, this unique ID plan has been introduced, and I hope and I'm sure that this will benefit in making our security foolproof. Also, when we talk about the customs duty, the LCD, the LCD screens, the custom duty has been reduced from 10% to 5%, which is again a great relief for the common man. The main focus of this bill is Aam Aadmi. Therefore, all BPL families will be provided with one smart card program. All below poverty line, when we take the poverty, when we take the composition of the poverty in the country today, 6.5 crores of the population is below poverty line. 2.5 crore is Antyodaya family, which is poorest of the poor. So now this BPL one smart card program will be benefiting the below poverty line and the common man and the Aam Aadmi. Sir, I would also like to draw your attention with regard to the agricultural sector. When we see our country has a mixed economy, a pattern of mixed economy, which is again in the agricultural sector, we have our economy is more dominant and dominated by the agrarian revenue generation. So the agricultural sector, in the agricultural sector, the farmers' interest loan has been reduced by 1%, which is a marginal relief for the farmers. But keeping in view the world scenario, the world economic recession, we feel that this budget has given marginal relief to all the sections of the society. So with these words, sir, I would like to conclude, and I would like to commend the finance bill, the UPA government and the finance ministry for giving such a good budget. This demands appreciation. And sir, I would like to conclude by saying that I come from Lakshadweep constituency, which is economically and socially backward. I would request the UPA government and the finance minister to take extra care and caution with regard to Lakshadweep parliamentary constituency, so that the people can come out and they can also develop in that territory. Thank you, sir.
Sri Radhe Mohan Singh.